This time, we'd like to call the meeting to order, this being the August meeting of the Dawson County Planning Commission. We would like to begin with an invocation from Neil Hornsey, if you would, please, Neil.
Dear Lord, thank you for this beautiful county we live in, and I pray that you can just guide us to make the right decisions on these cases we hear tonight. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. We will be voting by hand tonight, so if you're present, raise your hand. You'll notice there's 4 of us present tonight. John Maloney is not with us, but we do have a quorum, so we will continue with tonight's meeting. The minutes from July, I assume you've had opportunity to look over those. Are there any amendments that need to be made? If not, is there a motion?
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Move in a second. All in favor, raise your hand. Thank you. Motion carried 4-0. The agenda that's been presented by staff, assume you've had opportunity to look over it. Is there any amendments that need to be made to the agenda? If not, is there a motion?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Motion carried 4-0. Under statement of disclosure tonight, we will first hear from the applicant. We will then hear from those speaking in favor of the application, followed by those speaking in opposition. Each individual wishing to address the board will be allotted 3 minutes in accordance with the zoning regulations. All speakers are required to sign in and state their name and address for the record. Speakers must address the Planning Commission and not other members of the public. Any individual speaking in favor of or in opposition of the application who has made a campaign contribution in excess of $250 to any local official election is required to complete this closure of campaign contribution form. And Leah has it here at the.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah. Under new business, we'll begin with VA 26-38. Robert Mendez has submitted an application requesting a variance from Dawson County Land Development Code, Article 3, Chapter 121-72G, which cites the state setbacks are based off the recorded final plats for each phase. The Crystal Falls recorded plats calls out for a front yard setback of 40 feet. The applicant is requesting a reduction of 20 feet to allow a minimum front setback of 20 feet for the construction of a detached garage. Is someone here to speak for Robert Mendez? If you would, please come forward. On the podium, we'll find a piece of paper, hopefully with a pen. Please write your name and address on that piece of paper. For the record, please state your name.
Robert Mendez.
If you would, please give us a brief presentation as the need for a variance.
Yep. First, I just want to say thank y'all for being here tonight. Yeah, so we're just hopefully not asking for much, but we were asking for a variance of 20 feet so that we could put a detached garage adjacent the side of the house, because if we were to put the garage right beside the house and be like inside the variance, it would just, the side of the house is really steep and would take a lot of engineering and stuff to be able to put the garage there. So for us to be able to move the garage as a detached car garage, it gives us a lot more level ground to work with and just a little bit easier. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. This feels really official.
And this is in phase 1 of Crystal Falls, is that correct?
Correct.
And phase 1 has large setbacks, including 40 feet front yard, but the rest of Crystal Falls has a front setback of 20 feet. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Are there any questions of the applicant? Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Is there anyone here to speak in favor of the application? Is there anyone to speak in opposition to the application? Seeing none, this time we'll close it to the board for discussion. Gentlemen, any discussion?
Sir.
Is there a motion?
Make a motion to approve.
Moving a second to approve. All in favor? Motion is carried 3-0. You have your variance.
Okay, thank you.
VA 26-40, Chris Dockery with Docco Construction, LLC, has submitted an application requesting a variance from the Dawson County Land Development Code, Article 3, Chapter 121-673C1, which requires a 25-foot front setback. The applicant is requesting a 10-foot reduction to allow a front setback of no less than 15 feet from the front property line for the construction of an addition or sunroom. Someone here to speak for Chris Dockery. If you would, please come forward. Write your name and address on the piece of paper there on the podium. For the record, please state your name.
My name is Chris Dockery.
And could you please give us a brief presentation of the necessity of a variance on this property?
Yes, sir. First of all, again, I'd like to thank you for your time, your commitment to your community. You guys have a tough job. I applaud you for doing it. This is in Athens Boat Club. The property, everybody knows, I'm sure you guys know the history of Athens Boat Club and the complexity and all the property lines and stuff, and just the way this lot is configured, it's very restrictive on what you can do, and the location of the on-site sewage further complicates that. So I'm representing Kathy and Arthur Sanford, who are here with me tonight as the owners of the property, and they desired to build a sunroom on the front of the property that faces the lakeside. This is certainly supported by the adjacent neighbors. I've talked with all of them, and anything that can improve the aesthetics of that community, they certainly fully support. And in your packet, you can see the area. There's a photograph I included there where this addition would be, and also there's letters of support not only from the neighbors, but also the president of Athens Boat Club and their board of governors. They're fully in support of that. And last but certainly not least, the information from the Dawson County Environmental Health that suggests that this project would not in any way interfere with any current or future septic requirements. So subject to your questions.
The plat before you on the screen shows 0.19 acres. However, in my packet, repeatedly it says 0.12 acres. Can you tell me the correct acreage?
Yes, sir. It's .19 on the plat, and that was by Davis Engineering that did the site plan. The other measurement was off of Q Public, so I would trust the surveyor before I would Q Public. So
Very good.
I haven't physically measured it, but I think .19 is probably the accurate, sir.
And the constraints of this property, there's a road on either side, correct?
Yes, sir. There's an easement road on the back, and then Cornfield Road is in the front. And by the photograph, you can see the residence sits higher than the road, and then there's an embankment covered with surge gravel, and then a flat area between that and the road. So this would just basically protrude off that bank, probably about maybe 6 feet beyond that surge gravel. And so it's the majority of the construction would be on that bank.
Any questions to the applicant? Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone here to speak in favor of the application? Seeing none, is there anyone to speak in opposition to the application? Seeing none, this time we'll close it to the board for discussion. Gentlemen, any discussion? Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the variance.
Second.
Moving second, all in favor? Motion is carried 3-0. Mr. Doctor, you have your variance.
Thank you, sir.
VA 26-41, Ford Jordan has filed an application with the appropriate authority seeking relief from the requirements of the Dawson County Land Development Code. Article 8, Chapter 42-235B, which states private roads or private driveways will be named and numbered if they provide access to more than 2 residences. This variance would now allow an additional 2 residences to be addressed for a total of 5 residences to use the same private driveway. Is someone here to speak for Mr. Ford Jordan? If you would, please come forward. Write your name and address on the piece of paper there on the podium. the record, please state your name,
Ford Jordan.
and if you would give us a presentation as to the necessity of a variance.
Yes, sir. Due to County Code Section 42, TAC 235B, titled New Roads, mandating that homes on easements with more than 2 residents name and/or register their easement as a private road, we have been unable to obtain a building permit. Currently, there are 5 addresses on this existing private driveway easement. That's 446, 448, 440, and ours 442 and 440 on our 22 acres. This easement appears to have been in place since around 1996. Of the 5 current addresses, 3 are residences, and our 2 addresses, one consists of 444 consists of a metal workshop, and 442 is a 6-stall barn with a 4-room living space, living quarters above the barn, which we currently live in. This is not a barndominium, it's a barn. Before we put a contract in, we did our due diligence. We asked the county to make sure there were no issues building on the 2 home sites or the 2 addresses we currently had. We were told by the county planning, no issues because we already had 2 existing addresses on the 22 acres. We closed on the loan in May, applied for the building permit, obtained septic, LDP, only to be told the only way we could build on the 2 addresses was to be in compliance with the county code Section 42, TAC 235B, New Roads, and that we had to talk to our neighbors and get our neighbors, who we've known for less than a year, to convince them to change their address. Well, first of all, create our easement, private drive, to a private road, and rename and make them change their address, which they've had for 20 or 30 years. When we talked to the neighbors, they considered it, checked with their attorney. Attorney told them they were grandfathered and they didn't need to change. We explored other options, other easements, land purchases, land swaps. Nothing panned out at that time. We presented this information back to the county and was told to pursue this variance. So here we are at an impasse requesting the variance. As I said, there are 5 addresses on the shared driveway. Those in the red are current, our neighbors. This is our barn, which we live in. This is the metal workshop, which we has an address as well. We're just looking to actually build on our property, build on our property where we already have 2 addresses. I'm not an attorney, but I have worked in the legal field for many years, and I would argue that County Code Section 42, TAC 235B, New Roads, doesn't apply to an existing 30-year-old easement. An existing easement of 30 years typically falls outside the legal definition and intended scope of new roads and provisions in the county code. And this is an overbroad application and misrepresentation establishing property rights and historical land use. At this point, we're just asking to build on our 22 acres on the 2 addresses that we currently have. I did mention that we had looked at other avenues. Our neighbors, who will speak here as well, we have come back and we are in the process of working through a possible land swap, but they've got some challenges with information obtained from the county that they will speak more to you guys about.
So you're looking to build 2 residences, one for yourself and
Yes.
the other for your daughter, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And which will be which?
Ours would be 442, and our daughter's would be 444.
So you're going to continue living in the barn until you get a house built, is that correct?
Yes.
Any questions of the applicant? Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone here to speak in favor of the application? See it? Please come to the podium, write your name and address on the piece of paper there on the podium. the record, please state your name.
Okay, thank y'all for listening to me. My name is Terry Bradley. Myself and my husband Mark, this easement goes through our property. We have all the road frontage. And we've tried really hard not to be nasty neighbors. Ford and his wife are just super people. They just won't have a place to live and hide away from people because it's quiet where we live. And when he came to us and said the county's gonna make us make this a road, we were like, no. We're like, we've been here forever. Our address has been here forever. And that goes for my neighbor, Mr. Holland, who couldn't be here tonight. He's not feeling well. We just don't want to change our address. It doesn't make sense to us. And I feel like we've been here for 25 years, Mr. Holland 30. It's not fair to make us change our address just so they can have a place to live. We looked into a land swap, and when it was initially talked about, we're like, we can't do anything till 2028 because a large portion of our property is in the conservation. So, in the meantime, we went to see a lawyer. Our lawyer said, you don't have to do anything. It's their problem. Well, again, we don't want to be the nasty neighbors. We want to have neighbors that we get along with. So we've come back up to the courthouse. I've been 3 times. My husband's been twice. Every time we go in there, whether it's the tax commissioner or the planning department, we're getting different answers. And all we want to know at this point is there anything, do y'all have any power over, not over, but to convince the tax commissioners, can they not let us do a land swap along that property line? And it's like, what was it, 5.6? I think it's a little over half an acre. If we give them a strip down the edge of the property line, they'll have a driveway coming straight off the road, going straight back to their property, instead of that crooked road that goes around and back. Because the county's saying we can't do anything till 2028. And if they had that, they could go ahead and use it for their construction, for all the heavy equipment, all the lumber, and everything else. And we were just hoping, we're okay with the variance, but we were hoping maybe y'all could have a little pull to help us speed up something so they don't have to wait 2 years or a year and a half to do that. I mean, I guess that's it. Do you have anything?
The fact that the conservation program, we was told we'd have to pay.
We're out
If you
of time.
would, please come forward.
Yeah.
I'm out of time.
She's out of time. If you would, write your name and address on a piece of paper out on the podium. Start a new 3 minutes.
She called me Mark, but I actually am Tony Bradley. That's what I answer to. Like I said, the biggest thing that we've been having issues with on our side, we've been told that since our property is in conservation program, that we would have a lot of back taxes to pay. And I'll be honest with you, brother, can't afford it. All right? But if we could do a land swap, it would help Chris out, help us out, help out everybody. And I think it would be good for all of us. And they are going to put some traffic on that one little easement road down through there. That's going to be rough on us, Gary, and everything that we got right there. So if we could separate that traffic and put it down through there on another road, it would help us all. And it's a simple fix, but the flying ointment, if you will, is the conservation program. It's a couple years out before we do it, and we've also been told that if we did do it, we might not get back in that conservation program.
How many acres do you have?
It's
19.07 or something?
19.07, but we got, 2 homes on it. And of course, at that time, we had to pull out, what was it, 1 acre per house? 1 acre per home. Now they say that has changed. So if we could just cut what we talked about, me and Chris and all talked about, is a 30-foot strip down our southern edge of our property line. Straight shot for him, man. Ties, huh? Yeah, it would tie straight into his existing, easement and driveway and his property. It'd be just good Lord, it'd be so simple.
Okay, to answer her question, this board does not have authority
I-
over the tax assessors.
We didn't kinda think you
I
did.
am a farmer, and we can talk, but it'd be after this meeting and such, as far as getting things, possible ideas. But, as far as this board has no authority towards that.
Okay. We didn't know if y'all might just say, could they do it or something, and see if they would help us out. You know, somebody needs to talk to somebody and see if we can help everybody out,
Understand?
and that's all we're asking for. Like she said, Chris is a good neighbor, he's gonna be a great asset to the community, him and his family. So, we'd like to keep him, if that's possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else speak in favor of the application? Is there anyone speaking in opposition to the application? Seeing no one speaking in opposition to the application at this time, we'll close the board for discussion. Gentlemen, any discussion?
I'm just sorry you had to go through this delay, so hopefully we can take care of this.
Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the variance.
Moving a second, all in favor? Motion is carried 3-0. You have your variance. No updates from planning and zoning?
No updates, but the staff who verbally spoke with the family is no longer with Dawson County.
Okay, very good. Very good. Thank you very much. That leaves us with item K, adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
We are adjourned. Thank you very much.